I want to share with you guys a little story about trust and abilities. This is how I rank people. Kinda always is, always has been. I bet it's probably pretty the same for you. Trust. Ability. I know it can be a little long-winded and hard to follow sometimes. Stick with me. We'll get there. When I was in 6th grade, my teacher, who I was doing well with, had almost convinced me that journaling was a good thing. I've never liked journaling. I hate that. Almost had me. Until one day, allergy season came. I have them. And that particular time, we didn't have enough money or insurance to get the shots that I'd been getting. So it was hitting me hard. They were trying to find a pill for me. But my teacher was a bit of a hypochondriac. I didn't know the word germaphobe then, but that's what I called her. Not really a problem, but for her, it was. She called me out in the middle of class one day, and I get it. She had a deal. But she said the quiet part out loud, said, "You're gross and I don't like you." And I never journaled again, because I didn't want that lady seeing anything personal that I had written down. No matter what, it was just about school. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. This tanked my grades. I was on some sort of track. Never missed a day. My dad would never let me miss a day. So even if I was sick, he'd still send me there with her. He had me pinned up against the wall. Why are your grades tanking? For a long time, I didn't tell anyone when she said why I was mad or wouldn't do my journals. I said, I don't like journaling. And I took my licks for it. I said, I don't like the English class. I don't like the class. I don't like English as a subject. I took my licks for it. But he had me down there at the school, badgering the principal. Why is my kid's grades tanking? And I knew where I was headed for the next year already. I was going to another teacher just like her, chasing kids around in the hallway with tissues. And I was missing my opportunity to go to the teacher that I wanted. The one I knew from 4th grade was the one I wanted to go to. Because when I met him, I was in trouble. And I just pulled out my agenda. They were into write-ups. I said, I'm not going to write you up. Who's that? And I was absolutely baffled. What? You just caught me fucking running around the hallway or something. I'm talking too much. I can't remember where it was, but I said, I can read it, see what you do and everybody complains about. But I don't use that. He said, I'll give you one opportunity, and that's it. Don't let me catch you doing it again. And I changed my behavior instantly, because he earned my trust, while the other one lost it. So I already knew I wanted to go to his class, but I couldn't get there because I was tanking my grades. But I was still doing it. I was still saying, whatever. It's not you, lady. Until she came in the office and cut me up some more. Told him how I misbehaved somehow, or just refused to do my journals. And then I told him, right then, because I knew that was my only shot. And I was tired of her tearing me down. I said, I don't like my teacher. That's why my grades tanked. That's why I am where I am, because I don't like my teacher. And I don't trust her anymore. I know her abilities were somewhere up here. Who knows? Who cares? But I knew I didn't trust her at all. Zero trust. Right there. That's your zero. I don't care what your ability is. If I lost your trust, I'm done. I saw that lady in the hallway crying, and I almost felt bad. But then I remembered all the comments that I'd heard from my classmates about how I was gross because I had allergies, because I sneezed too many times in this lady's class, and I didn't have my own tissues. I didn't know it for a few years, but I almost got her fired that day. Not what I meant to do. But she did not have any respect for me. And I gave her none that day. Get what you give. And these contractors, you gotta rank them somehow. That's your target. Right there. That's what everybody wants to see. Maybe that's too bright. Let's get her darkened up. Right there. That's your bullseye. Somebody who has the ability to have your back, who has the ability to teach you, who has the ability to pay you, who has the ability to respect you. Someone you trust to do those things. Just because they can doesn't mean they will. She could have respected me. She could have took me aside and said some shit like that, and it wouldn't have hurt. I'd have been like, I'm sorry. You know, I'd had my opportunity to speak, but I shut down right then because she was just tearing me up in front of everyone, giving me problems. I realized it was a problem for her. You want trust and respect? You want abilities? Show us you can pay us when you need to. You know? When I've been out pushing work for you for over a year, maybe it's time to come off that foreman pay again. When I'm working on leading edge stuff, maybe not in a basket, maybe not in a bosun chair, but I've got to be the one to think about my tools. Are they going to kill somebody today? And I've got to get my safety man to do it, and then the top dog comes down and says, oh, you guys need to do this. Well, we already did, because we care about our brothers. That should be hazard pay. Just because, you know? Why wouldn't it be? But I bet I get a fight over it when I go back to work Monday. I bet you that's all I'm going to be doing, is fighting over that hazard pay. I'm not getting up there until you pay me. Won't do it. That's how I feel about it. If you want to threaten my 15 years, I'll take 25 from it. Maybe when I'm old and about ready to retire, you can threaten me then. Maybe. Maybe. I'm not so sure it's worth even writing anything down for these boys anymore. But we do need to tell them, if you can't come back to the table with a respectful offer, maybe you won't get the respect you deserve or want. If If you think you deserve it, earn it. What I'm trying to say also is that now is the time. You guys want to talk about 1 year out, we're in PLAs. They got you. They're eager for that 1 year. They're telling you right here in this chat. I want to talk about 3 years out, we're still in those PLAs. And for those of us who like to follow the rules, it might be a little harder to push for what you deserve then. It wouldn't have done me any good to wait until I was in the next teacher's class to go through that, listening to her badger me and tell him about how bad I was. He was a great student in the first half, and then he wasn't. Well, there she was, along with everyone else, asking why. So I told her. And I'm telling you now, if you can't come back to us now, when we definitely have the power, with a respectful offer, don't expect respectful actions. Not from me. I know for a lot of you, some of these companies are in the high trust category. Even the ones that don't have the abilities. Alright? I would have a real hard time staring old man Martino down, because we've had some deep and meaningful conversations. He always had an ear, and I respected him. I know that there are plenty of companies that rank up here for me. But I want you to remember that most of those companies are sheet metal brothers. Old man Martino was a sheet metal worker. I'm not saying that a company owner has to be. But the ones who hire and fire you, sheet metal workers. The ones who draw your prints, sheet metal workers. My buddy asked me, would those guys get up there and do what you do? Most of them have. Did you have to fight for your foreman's pay every tooth of the way? Did you have to fight for every nickel and dime that they owed you all the way? Yeah, they did. Just the same as us. Maybe they're better fighters. Maybe someone would say, fuck it. Boots ain't worth it. Some companies just do shit for you because they want you to stay. They recognize talent and people, which is a great freedom with our soliciting hall. You guys want to be fair, you know. It's a buddy system. We got to remember that our buddies are who we're fighting for when we're ready to destroy ourselves, destroy our reputations. I don't know how you guys rank your employers, but for me, no one's ever made it past this square right here. Right? This is the one you don't want to go to, you know? The one that just pissed you off last time. Or you know there's just nothing but shit work over there, or welding, something, whatever you don't want to do. You don't have the abilities to go there, you don't trust them, zero. This is your top dog, right? You trust them to take care of you. You know they're going to pay for all that safety shit. You're not even going to have to ask. They're just going to be like, hey, did you forget to fill out your paperwork for your free boots? You know? Nobody's ever made it past this square. Not for me. Doesn't mean I don't give them my level. I walk into every company trying to be this guy. And every time I'm working with my brothers, I'm working on being this guy. No matter where I'm at, I'm trying to improve both my abilities and my trust from others. You guys want to call me trash? You want to say the quiet part out loud? Come back with another shitty offer? Remember, brothers, this was your view from my trash can right here. This is how we have to talk. Our boy Steve Allen reminded me we only get 4 hours of unionism class. You want unionism class? This is it right here. This is all you're going to get. They don't even let you do it in your own hall. Talk to your brothers. Convince them that the time to see action from your contractors, that's now. We're not going to wait till next year. We're crying and boo-hooing in the same situation. You want to be around people who respect you? Sometimes you got to fucking make them respect you. This year is action year, more than I've ever seen. Not from me. Yeah, I'm active, just like everybody else. That's what's amazing to me. Everybody else. It's something we didn't really talk about before. You boys know the situation. Everybody's bringing the information to the table. We all know. Tell them. Make sure they know. The time for action is now. The time for respect that we deserve is now. If you want that back. I know I say brothers and skip the sisters a lot, but don't think I ever forgot about you. Talk to whoever you know that's in sheet metal. Tell them how you feel about it. I don't care which way it is. You need a good clean vote on this one. Get it out there. Get your opinion out there. We'll have a good one.